Let's make some sandwich bread.
I somehow lost the clip of me adding water, so you're going to start off by adding 1 cup of warm water to your bowl.
I'm going to add a tablespoon of yeast. You don't want to kill your yeast, so a good tip to remember is if the water is too hot for a baby, it's too hot for your yeast, then it'll kill it. Alright, now to that I'm also going to add 2 tablespoons of honey, a tablespoon of melted butter. It's my homemade butter. If you want to know how I make my homemade butter, it's very easy. Let me know and I will show you how I do that. Alright, you just want to let your yeast and water mixture sit for a little bit so it activates that yeast. Just wait till it's a bit frothy on top. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes. And then we'll come back and add the rest of our ingredients.
Alright, your yeast should look a little something like this. It's frothy and activated.
Alright, now you're going to want to add about a teaspoon of salt. And then we're going to add about 2 cups or so of flour. I'll show you what you're looking for, but you're kind of looking to where it pulls away from the bowl while you're mixing it. But we're going to add 1 cup at a time. Also, I'm using unbleached all-purpose flour, but you can also use bread flour in this recipe. Add in your 2nd cup. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more flour to see what it looks like. Alright, so I ended up using a little closer to 4 cups, but you should have a dough that looks like this, to where it's a little bit sticky, but still not sticky enough to like just stick to your hands. Something that you can still kind of just hold and form in your hands that looks like this. You want to take this now. Right here I have a buttered.
This is what your dough should look like up close. You should be able to push an indentation in, but not really stick to your finger.
The amount of flour sometimes is kind of tricky because it really just depends on the amount of humidity and moisture that's in your air at the time of you making your dough. So you just kind of got to eyeball it and look for that texture rather than just putting an exact amount of flour in there. Once your dough has risen, you want to take a loaf pan and add some grease to it, and then your dough should have doubled in size and looks like this. You're going to get out the air bubbles. You want to take it and kind of roll it up. It's a little sticky. Once it's in your loaf pan, you want to preheat your oven to 350 and let that rise while your oven preheats. Okay, now that your dough's risen a little bit more, my oven is preheated. I'm going to throw it in the oven for about 20 minutes to start, and we'll see you back in a second. Alright, my house ended up getting way too loud, so I just pulled it out of the oven. I baked it for about 22 minutes, and then I'm just covering the top with butter. And that is it, you guys. Most people let their bread rest before they cut into it, but I never do because nothing is better than fresh bread out of the oven. So, thanks for watching.